All right, everybody, we are live, man. Shout out to Rico. Shout out to Junior, man. How y'all doing, Junior? How you doing, brother?
Pretty good, pretty good. Glad to be
That's
here again
good.
once again. Hope everyone is having a good, blessed day.
Good, good. That's right. Hey, Rico, how you doing, brother? Rico.
Oh, I'm doing good, sir. I'm doing good. Sorry, I was messing with something.
Oh yeah, you doing all
Yeah, I'm
right?
doing good. Just still battling a little bit of the cold. This what they call that shit in the DR, grippy.
I don't
Gripe,
know.
gripe,
I never
gripe.
heard of
Gripe.
it.
He
Gripe.
Oh
has
yeah,
he has
I got the
gripe.
gripe.
He got
Mucho
the
gripe.
gripe.
Yeah, but everybody back here got it. So
What is it? What's going around in the United States? I heard that. What is it called?
that motherfucking devil came into the office the other day. We going to hell for the next 4 years.
You was
They
sick.
got Trump flu.
Motherfucking Lucifer.
You was sick.
Lucifer
Wait,
got sworn in.
you was sick before he got sworn in.
Oh, I went from a cold to motherfucking pneumonia with Lucifer. That motherfucker.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, all jokes aside, it's just real bad here. I mean, it ain't killed nobody, but shit, I had COVID and I ain't feel this bad. But it's
Right.
just, you still gotta go. And I'm gonna tell you this, it's wildly cold. It hasn't been this cold in a while. We've gotten snow, which like you said, down in Louisiana. I mean,
Yeah,
it's snow
Louisiana
all
got
over.
it.
Yeah,
Right.
it's Florida got snow, Texas,
South Carolina.
yeah, South Carolina. It's fucking snow everywhere, and it's like in single digits a lot of places. So I mean, shit is extremely cold. We're in a right now this week got in a Arctic bubble or something
It's crazy.
that freezed up. Yeah, so like the snow came, then this super cold air came and it parked over like the whole East Coast from the top all the way down. And I just feel bad for like the homeless people that's out in the streets, even the people that got to work outside because it's cold as hell.
Right.
But
Right.
what are
It
you gonna
is.
do? And I think
Hey,
this is the crazy part is we're like I'm gonna say we in the first third of winter. We through February, we through January pretty much after next week, but February is actually the coldest month. So I keep saying I think we're going to get hit with some really bad snowstorms in the next month, and then we don't really come out of winter until till like the end of March. So we
right.
still got like I guess Groundhog Day is in a couple
February
of
the
weeks.
second.
When is it?
Is it February the 2nd?
Okay, yeah. And then we see what Phil got to say. You know what I'm saying? The groundhog. But it's
Man,
cold as hell.
and it's today, y'all. No, it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And this is we're gonna jump on the subject right now. The insurance. This is my 5th deceased body I've seen.
Oh
No,
yeah. So,
it made 6.
was it from an accident?
Yeah, motorcycle. The guy was on the motorcycle. 2 guys on the motorcycle. They hit a truck going full speed, swerving in and out of traffic, and people was. I mean, it had just happened, and we pulled up, and
Which is why you can't pay my black ass to get on the back of them.
No, but they cause their own death.
Yeah, they do.
Weaving in and out of traffic when you
right.
know it's.
Which is why I will never get on it. It's not like I ride motorcycles. The shit they do is just wild.
I'm the same way. I used to ride. I got into an accident, but I respect.
But the shit they do is reckless and irresponsible.
And my friend last year, he was sitting at he got a motorcycle. He was sitting at the light, and another motorcycle clipped him and drove right by him and broke his ankle.
Yeah, and it's hard for me to be sympathetic because, like you said, Junior, they cause it themselves.
They do.
So I want to feel sorry for them, but I can't. I can't. They're out there with no protective gear, no helmet, no boots. They're out there in fucking flip-flops in shorts.
And
I
on
won't
the
even
phone.
ride my motorcycle.
I've never seen so many people on a motorcycle on a cell phone.
Yeah.
Salute to International JB. 1224.
You know how crazy it is. You know how irresponsible it is for you to get on a motorcycle. They tell you if you ever take a motorcycle course, you always wear boots or shoes up over the ankle because you can burn your leg on the exhaust pipe. It's so fucking hot, and you put your feet down, and
that's like piggyback on what you're saying about bike. When I had my accident, I didn't have my boots strapped to my boots fell off. I have road rash.
Yeah, you fucked yourself up
because my boots weren't tied up, and they.
Let me see that scar. Let me see that scar on your arm from the accident.
I don't know if you can see it.
Oh my! Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I have 2 metal plates there, shattered the forearm bone.
Yeah, it's
and I broke my leg in 2 places.
You know, the guy told me years ago, and I learned, you know, I had already been riding bikes, but like he said, he said, and I've sit there and say, I said, look, I will drink and get behind the wheel of a car, but I will not get my ass on a motorcycle.
Don't say that.
No, I'm just sitting there saying is because the reality is, and it just sort of like really makes your mind come in. You basically sitting your ass on top of an engine.
Right.
There's nothing else around you. There's
zero. You're the chassis pretty much.
Yeah. The only protection you have is your common sense.
Right.
That's it. There's no protection for the human body on top of a motorcycle. So I just think, you know, and those moto control riders, I'm like, they are fucking insane.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
they don't care about they don't care about the passenger that they have. Sometimes, like I said, I rode them when I first got here, and the one time I did get on them, I told the dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, don't go fast. I'm getting off.
Right.
I told him, don't not go fast with me in this bike, because I already went through an accident. I don't want another one.
Yeah.
All right. So Rico, you was right. I was wrong.
I'm always right.
No, not always, Negro. I need to get some insurance, so Mr.
And you know what, Junior, do me a favor. We're gonna put your ass on a calendar. Okay, you ain't gonna just keep talking about you gonna get it. You gotta
we have to hold them. We have to hold them accountable.
You got a deadline.
You gotta set a date. You have to have insurance by a certain date.
Because I know you've been talking about it, bro, but you keep procrastinating on that bullshit.
No, I'm not. We just started talking about this in the last week, man.
Then you should have it by now.
What? Just send me cash at me some money then.
I ain't cash apping you shit. You cut down on them Presidentes, motherfucker.
No, he's a Corona king now.
Right.
Yes,
is he?
I'm telling my business.
Oh, okay.
I seen it. You had it in your hand.
Oh, okay. So you stepping up in the bid, but ain't got no goddamn health insurance.
Hey, look who calling the kettle black.
Yeah, but I got some damn health insurance.
That's right.
but you know, and it's not just, you know, especially for you and Junior living there, but I also would like to say, you know, to the subs that's listening to us, when you travel, and I hope Sydney's not gonna come on.
No, he won't make it because he got to work.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's fine. But I hope you guys, if you had a chance, you got a chance to watch that video that Coach did with brother Sidney and what he went through. We was hoping he was going to get a chance to jump on tonight, but I guess, you know, he's busy. But he's a traveler. He was just in the DR for a couple of weeks, right?
Right, 3 weeks. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't know when you're going to get sick or where you're going to be. So if you're living there, you definitely need to have some goddamn insurance. And I'm also heavily encouraging everybody, even when you travel there, if you think you're going to be there more than 1 or 2 days, go ahead and pay for the travel. And you can break it down. You don't have to get the travel insurance to make sure that your trip not canceled, but get it to cover any health emergency.
Carl said, how much does he pay for travel insurance?
Carl said, I think for a while
he said 145,
145, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
okay, gotcha.
If anything happened to him while he's there, it's covered.
Right.
He's good. And even if you're healthy, you can be 25 years old and healthy. I know y'all ain't gonna do it because you think you're fucking invincible. But don't feel bad. I did too when I was 25, and my stupid ass didn't do it either. But I'm trying to tell you, as an older, wiser person, even you can end up in an accident. You don't have to be sick. Y'all to be the one. Y'all gonna be the ones that's gonna jump on the back of those motor conchos. Y'all gonna do it. Y'all gonna risk it. And that crazy ass Dominican gonna kill you with him because he don't care. I mean, literally, they zip between that traffic with reckless abandon, and you gonna be on the back of it. And like Coach said, he's seen repeatedly. So if you're gonna be there, I don't want that burden to be on your family, trying to get you back, and so on and so forth. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be covered. And if you can't pay for it, don't think them hospitals gonna sit there and spend $1 million trying to keep your ass alive, and you don't have the means to pay for it. They don't have that charity.
Well, a friend of mine told me, and this is what he told me. He's been coming here for 15 years. He said he got in an accident on a 4-wheeler, and he didn't have to pay nothing, and he went to a private hospital, and they took care of him, but he had to pay once he got out of the emergency room.
So he still had to pay.
I'm just telling you.
I'm going to say this, just so we're being responsible. If that happened, that great. Don't expect that to happen.
Right.
Do not expect. Err on the side of caution and have your ass covered before. If they do that, that's fine. Because 9 times out of 10 they won't. Maybe he was the 1 out of 10 that they did. That's great.
He said they did. He said they did take his passport though.
Yeah, so that's all I'm saying.
Sydney and his girlfriend, they took the girlfriend passport too.
Right. And brother Sachs, I don't know all of them, but the 2 biggest ones that I'm aware of right now is there is an insurance company called Humano and Universal. I think those are 2 of the biggest. There's some other ones, so you can look them up. They're very reputable. Most expats have one of those, or it's probably about 4 or 5, but that's 2 if you're interested. That pretty much a lot of people do utilize either Humano or Universal, and they have several. They have several levels and tiers.
Shout out to Carl. Carl, how long does that last for, Carl? That insurance once you get it? That's my question for you.
I think you can set it for your trip. You tell them how long you're gonna be gone.
Oh, and they
I think that's they quote you if you're gonna be there 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, or if you're gonna be there 6 months. They'll quote you based on, I guess, the length of time.
Yeah, also we have Humano. They also have other insurances. Like I use, it's called is ARP. That's the name of the insurance. It's not AARP, but it's ARP.
ARP.
My insurance covers 80%. We were speaking that off air. Covers 80%, but I pay through my job.
Gotcha.
But if you want to pay for it, privately, you can. No, they have Humano.
Second says thank you. Humana and Universal.
And International J, they do not take any U.S. health insurance here in the DR. So
make sure International Day. Go back to that video where the guy had to pay. My friend Sydney had to pay 1 million pesos, and he tried to hand his Blue Cross Blue Shield and his what is that, the military insurance or whatever.
Right, the TRICARE, veteran care. They don't take any. Now let's be clear. I believe someone said there's a plan called Blue Cross Blue Shield International. So I think that's it's not the regular Blue Cross Blue Shield that you got through your job. If you have the Blue Cross Blue Shield International, that may be acceptable. But the regular Blue Cross Blue Shield that most of us have in the U.S., they do not accept. Also, I will say this too, even if you are a veteran, yes, in the DR, they have a lot of vet clinics, but the vet clinics are not hospitals. Okay. So if it's like what happened with Brother Sidney, he was a veteran. He's got all this shit and all this stuff, whatever. His intestines being wrapped around, they don't do that level of care. So He could have went to the clinic, and it's like, what the fuck we gonna do?
Right.
So, you got to make sure you have to know the vet clinics will cover a lot of things, routine care, but emergency care, gunshot wound to the head, they're going to tell you to go to the Dominican hospital.
Right.
So you're right back into the same situation. They're not going to tell you to die. They're going to be like, oh, we're going to do this here. We're going to take you to the Dominican hospital, and you're in the same position all over again.
Hey, shout out to Side Guy, our first super chat of the day, $4.99, brother. When I visit, I get the insurance via airline or Airbnb. It's enough to cover most things, and it's affordable. Why chance it?
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Is you can do it when you purchase the ticket. You can just buy your private plane on your own. You can do whatever you want to do. All we're suggesting and encouraging people to do is to make sure they have the coverage, because you guys would be surprised about the number of foreigners that end up seriously sick in not just the DR, but Mexico, Colombia, wherever. There is a lot of expats that end up needing serious care.
And I'm going to say this, because you used to be on my ass, Rico. So for the first 3.5 years, I would tell all the time, I would say, I go to the
public hospital.
They shoot me up with some muscle relaxer, and they don't charge me nothing. And they give me an IV and all of that stuff, and I show my passport, and they say, okay. And I did that like 3 times. So I'm thinking, like, in the back of my head, like, oh,
I got insurance.
Yeah.
and let's be clear.
They do that for everybody.
Right. And let's be perfectly clear. The best medical care is not at the public hospital.
It's not.
It just isn't. And look, again, that's not DR. That's in Mexico. That's in El Salvador. In El Salvador, we have a saying: you want to die, go to the public hospital. Go there to die. Because they do give you care, but it's not at the same level that the private hospitals do. It's not like the US. I'm sorry. And we got to kind of get out of that mindset when we're overseas. The medical care being equalized, that we think is no matter what, and we see all poor people go to the emergency room and they get great standard. That shit ain't the same.
Man, United States public hospitals are like a multi-millionaire hospital compared to the Dominican.
Yeah,
like when you got sick when you went back and you ended up in Miami
for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and that was some public shit, just random robot. I was like, that shit wouldn't have happened in the DR.
They took me. They fed me. They did everything. I didn't have no problems. They was gonna keep me another week. So I said, I'm ready to go home and
didn't pay a penny. Give me a little Medicaid card, whatever. I'm like, that shit ain't happening in the DR. You still be laying on the floor.
Here they're gonna give you plantains and eggs every day.
That's it.
What?
You're gonna get mango and eggs every day.
Yeah. So that's why we having this live, because I think too many people, we're thinking about the fun times. We go to the DR, we're thinking about all the positivity, right? And that's wonderful. That is wonderful. Oh yeah, you dance bachata, you drinking, you partying, beautiful women, handsome, da 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 da. But shit happens. And let's be honest with you, okay? And I'm gonna say this as the God honest truth. Y'all know Coach is my brother. But if niggas was for sale, he'd be on the discount rack with a 95% off.
Why you say that?
What I'm saying is this.
Why you say that?
If you that broke down and fucked up as a person like him, you need to have some health insurance. You know what I'm saying? And most of us know we carrying health issues, but we get our ass on that plane, go over there and just think the happiness is going, and then all of a sudden your bursitis start acting up, your fucking cataract, you can't see out the eye, you start having seizures and shit because you have them back home. But back home you will get care. Over there, if that shit acts up, you're in trouble.
But I got one thing you didn't say. I got God on my side.
Yeah, okay. See if God gonna pay that bill.
Mm-hmm.
If God don't come down there with a credit card, they gonna leave your ass laying on the floor. That's all I'm saying.
My God gonna bring a swipe. Got a black
swipe
card.
the card. Okay, all right.
And just to piggyback again, what Rico's saying, I had a kidney transplant 17 years ago. That's one thing here. I have to have good health care, because God forbid, I get sick, I can't go to no regular hospital because they're gonna let me die. So this is why we harp on it. We might joke about it, but it's real.
Right.
You don't want to be in a third world country, in a country where it's not being in the U.S., not having good health care. So this is something.
So Dominga just got some type of insurance, and she doesn't work or anything, but maybe she got some. She applied for it and she got it through the government.
Yeah, she has the government insurance. That's what we were speaking about before off the air.
So so she don't have a job. She don't have any income.
You don't have to work. That's
and she not
that's
going
government.
to
That's government issue insurance.
She said she can go to a private hospital now.
Will most of them private hospitals take that insurance?
Remember, they have two. They had, and that's called Senasa. I had it before, but they have two different types. You have Senasa, and then you have Senasa Contributivo, which that's the one you pay for.
It's all of them. It's all of them. It's all of them.
No, John.
No.
There's two different.
Let me get my wife. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, and also, I'm gonna tell you too, right? They don't, because I had a friend, like I said, had a hernia. You had to pay for that. They don't do everything.
They cover up to certain points, certain things,
and then the rest you gotta pay.
You gotta pay.
And that was at the public hospital. So I'm trying to get him to get through his head, especially what we're used to, like also yourself, Junior, from the US. I'm like, that's not the same there. No. They'll say they have it, and they do. They do have something. So I'm not gonna say they don't have nothing, but I'm saying your expectation level is much different. And most Americans, let's face it, when we come to the island, we're pretty fucked up. Mm-hmm. We got high blood pressure, sugar, all kinds of stuff. A lot of Dominicans are more healthier than us too, because they ain't eating all that processed shit we've been eating. So I know when I come over to the island, my system is going to be pretty fucked up. So I definitely got to have good health care. Eating all this shit in the U.S., I'm not as healthy as a man in the DR my age that's been working all the time.
Junior, ask Domingo.
Hey, Dominga, ¿cuál es el seguro que usted tiene?
El Senasa.
¿Senasa es regular o contributivo?
Era contributivo antes cuando trabajaba. Ahora tengo el de gobierno.
Okay, so see, when she was working, she had it's called contributivo, means you contribute to that insurance. Okay, now that she's not working, she goes back to the regular government one, which is there's two different.
That's so stupid. But listen. Ask her.
I'm right again.
No, you're not right, because that wasn't the question. The question was that can she go to a private hospital?
Que lo queremos saber es si tú puedes ir a un hospital privado con el Senasa regular del gobierno.
Hay algunos que sí.
There's some hospitals that you could,
todos,
some you can't. Not all of them is what she's saying.
She said all of them. She said all.
No, she did. No, she
said some of them.
Thank you. I know, Julia. Right. So everybody, stop listening to Coach because he ain't got no insurance. Dominga got insurance. He don't. So what we're saying is, and like you said, yes, you can go to some, but even though you go to some, again, the amount of care that you get will be dictated about the type of insurance, as Junior said, you have. If you got, that's why they said you can get the basic, you can get the middle, and then you can get the Cadillac plan where it covers like everything. But it costs a different amount on each level.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is. Basically, it's what we said the other day. The shit still come down to money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just gonna get rid of my whole United States being a citizen. I get free Dominican insurance like Domingo.
All right, go ahead and lay in that ditch.
So Dominga said only certain hospitals.
Only certain hospitals, which you would have to call in advance your insurance and find out which hospital that is. You don't want to go there with an emergency and be like, oh, you can't, you're not gonna get no care. So you might as well find out before you go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So have you ever heard of Dominga's Insurance?
That's the one I told you I had. That's the government insurance.
What's the name of it?
Senasa.
Yes.
Senasa. Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Junior, can you give us, just so that people will understand, because I only know a few things that I heard or read about, like some of the horror stories. So so now we gonna come back to the insurance. We still stand in it, but even the reason why I say is you must have insurance, and then you want to check your levels of insurance, because I didn't realize, like, when you go to the hospital, it's different, especially if you don't have insurance. So like when people, Junior said, hey, they don't give you blood. You got to buy blood. That's foreign to us in the U.S.
Okay.
That is completely foreign. That's one. They say you may be, now if you got a certain plan, because I saw the guy say, oh, we got a private room. My wife was in a private room. She had all the toiletries. So he had the Cadillac plan. If you got that basic plan, your ass might be in a room with 3-4 people. You know what I'm saying? You got a shared room.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got no sheets. They got to bring
your own sheets.
Yeah. So I want people to understand you can be in there, and I'm like, you said it yourself, Coach. You had to pay for the bandages they put on your fucking head.
That's right.
That's foreign to us, and I want us to think about that and understand. So one, get insurance, and then think about the level that you get, because again, it's not the U.S. Even if they let your ass in, will they do a major surgery, or will they only going to sit there and give your ass stitches and send you home for it to rupture later?
Right.
These are questions you need to talk to your insurance guy and ask these questions and make sure the stuff is covered.
Let me, our second super chat, prescription rules reality. Thank you so much. Besides health insurance, expats got to learn to speak Spanish to communicate in medical facilities. That's true.
That's a great point there too, Perception.
That's a good point. So Rico, that's you too.
I know. I be there with my translator. My corn hurt. My corn's hurt.
Your wife. Hey, I got my wife to translate for me.
I got this fucking bunion killing me.
Yeah, I be pregnant. Let me tell y'all this real quick. So about to turn 18. She's starting to feel herself. I told Junior this, and just to kind of touch on what prescription rules said. I said, tell your mama she needs to learn how to speak English. And Soul turned around and said, and she looked at me. She said, you need to speak Spanish.
Exactly. It works both ways.
I said, so you why are you talking to me like that? And she was like, well, I'm just and it kind of, and my heart jumped. She didn't even trust. She said, I'm not telling my mama nothing. You need to learn how to speak Spanish.
And you need to learn how to speak English.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, but I mean but you know what though? That's an awesome point, and I definitely need to do that too, because if nothing else is going to motivate me to try my lazy dumb ass to learn Spanish, is thinking about going to the hospital. Because I mean your medical care, I'm just sitting there. I don't know what the fuck they doing, what they saying, and I'm, you know what I'm saying. You kind of make you feel like a child, but that's my fault. That's 100% on me for not knowing the language. I gotta pray that my doctor speak English, and he don't have to. That's my fucking fault. So I need to get insurance. I need to sit there and learn the language. So if they talk about doing something to me, I know what they doing. I know what to ask for. They trying to. You nailed that.
Like where I go to get care, like from a kidney nephrologist, they have a section that's just for Americans in that hospital. So which I could go, the next time I go, I'm gonna find out what insurance they take, so we can speak about it again.
That's okay. Thanks,
I have next month. I got to go again. So I remind myself. So when I go in there, I'll ask some questions so we could,
Hey, listen. Thanks, Junior. Listen to this Plan B, Rico. I got a great idea. Just like the Passport Bros did, they did a fundraiser to see who can raise the most money. I can do that and make some money if I ever go into the hospital and say, "Hey, Coach John, fundraiser thing and competition," and I can raise some money like that.
I wouldn't put 2 pesos on your broken ass. Again, just like I told them, sorry motherfuckers, be responsible.
Yeah.
And that was no fundraiser, that was a hoe raiser. They was raising for hoes. You know, that but see that, but then that speaks to the
how much did they raise? How much they raised? So
I hope them hoes rob their ass blind. I hope they get robbed blind. My thing is that their behavior speaks to the same behavior when we're talking about how we're going to these countries. And it's not just the DR, they do it everywhere.
You're responsible.
We need to be responsible for ourselves.
Right.
Nobody should be giving them money to go fuck no hoes. Nobody should be giving you money for no damn health care that's preventable.
Right.
It's preventable. Just get and the health insurance, while it will be a little bit more for you, Coach, I think it'll be a little bit more because you obviously got pre-existing conditions. Those will be the things that you got to be honest about. You know, they won't necessarily cover. But then I also say, well, whatever's bothering your back may not never bother you, but somebody might bust you upside that big ass head. Well, now that's not covered if you don't have no insurance.
Yeah, Carl says, my wife says the same. That's right.
I want to answer Stockton.
Read it. Go ahead and read it.
Yeah, he wanted to know the name of the hospital. Speak English. It's called La Plaza de la Salud. It's in the city in Santo Domingo. La Plaza de la Salud. That's the name of it. Also, how we were talking about, the blood situation here, that you have to buy blood. It's a shame. Even if you go to the Red Cross, you have to buy blood if you have an emergency. The only thing with the Red Cross here, with insurance, you get it cheaper than what you would in a private place. Why I say that? Because my ex-wife and I, we had she still has it, but together we opened a blood bank.
Gotcha.
And it was private. So a pint of blood will cost you 7,500 pesos, or it's almost like $150. I say that because, we're in a country where this shouldn't be happening. You shouldn't have to buy blood to save a life, or you shouldn't have to pay a donor to save a life. But again, this is the country that we live in, and it's more of a business than anything else. A lot of things here when it comes to medical is business. People don't believe in saving lives anymore. So keep that in mind. If, God forbid someone does need blood, it's going to cost you. I want to say a year and a half ago, there was this lady, her son. I took the blood there. It was about 9 pints of blood I took to that hospital.
Wow.
Okay. And he said, I'm going to spend every penny I can to save my mother.
Wow.
And we had to give him a discount. I told her, I was like, listen, this guy, we're not going to charge him full price on all these pints of blood because God forbid we were in that situation. I told her, and he was thankful. His mother survived, so sometimes, it's not about making money. Because when you have a business like that, people think, okay, 7,500 pesos, right? But you got to remember, you have the blood bags, you have needles, you have gloves, you got to pay the phlebotomist, the nurse. So you're making 2,500 pesos out of that, plus you have to test for HIV, STDs. So all that included. So
let me ask you a question about that on the blood bank. So Are you guys like? Are you? So you guys are collecting blood from Dominicans and you're paying them?
Yes, what we do pay the donors.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Because that's why I was wondering. Because I know, like in the U.S.,
Just like the
a
US.
lot of people most people in the U.S. just donate voluntarily.
Donate because it's
Right.
people like
And
to
it's
donate.
very
But here,
big, and you don't have to.
No,
pay
they
for
don't.
blood.
I mean, it's not.
The majority of blood that's donated to Red Cross in the U.S. is through volunteers, through my job. They call you in and people do it. Now, there are some alcoholics like your ass used to that would sell it. That's a small percentage
in
of the blood
Louisiana,
donors.
in
and
Louisiana,
plasma
they do-
too. People would sell their plasma also.
Right.
Right.
I'm
In
saying that's
Louisiana,
like-
and
Yes.
from they got a line wrapped around the corner in the morning. They be selling.
The majority of all the people who sell blood, less than 5% of the total blood collected in the U.S. do they buy. Most people donate. A natural disaster happens, the Red Cross call out for volunteers, people show up and volunteer. That's why they, most part, don't charge in the U.S. because people volunteer. In the DR, they could try that shit, but I don't think most Dominicans gonna volunteer. So they don't end up with enough blood to be able to give it away free.
Shout out to Miss Sherry.
That's what I was saying.
Let's read what Larry says. Larry says, even travel insurance is needed. The late Charles Tyler died in Brazil from not having any medical insurance. They had to take him off life support. I never heard about that.
He's like the starter of the, I ain't gonna say the passport bros.
That's the white
They
guy?
all look up to him because he was,
the white.
No, he was a brother. He was a brother in Brazil, and he was pushing brothers coming to Brazil to travel. And, again, like I said, black men, y'all know we not the most healthiest motherfuckers. You know it. We end up, we have high rates of illness and death. We don't go to the doctor like we should. We have high rates of a lot of certain illnesses, even here in the States. But I'm saying in the States, you can go to any emergency room and get treated. If you take those same conditions and you take it to Mexico, or you take it to the DR, or you take it to Brazil or Colombia, and you have no insurance, your ass could be in for a world of hurt.
Yeah.
That's all we're talking about.
Yeah.
I ain't telling you not to go. Go, have fun. I'm saying get covered. As like Larry said, even if you just going for travel, if you're going for 2 weeks or a month, pay for that shit. It's worth it if something happens. And speak to the fact, Junior, can you tell us, because there's been several stories where people had no insurance, ass got sick, an emergency, and those countries, brother in Mexico, 14,000, they're not letting your ass go.
No, they don't. Especially here. Here, let's say you owe a bill, you're staying in the hospital until that bill is paid.
Yeah.
Or they'll tell you.
And like brother Sidney said, they took his passport and his ID.
Yep. Or you give a percentage down even before the surgery, to cover something, but they won't let you go.
And please understand this. Unlike the US, they do have the right to refuse service. So you come in there, I'm bleeding. They ain't got to do shit.
Hey,
so
this is a good question. What Nev says, I've been hearing this too. Is it fake news about the high rise in HIV in the DR? You know about that, Junior?
It could be, because remember, everything here is not accurate. Even with COVID, they said we had less people and a lot of other countries died. That's BS. Okay, they're not going to tell you the exact numbers,
right?
So the exact statistics of people that died here. So
here's the problem, right? Because I think like somebody started, and Anton Daniels and a few other people went with, and I haven't done any research on it, so I can't say, but they said it was last year 84,000 people contracted HIV, right? And then later on, they came out and said, no, it's a total of 84,000 people in the DR with HIV. And there was 4,000 new cases last year, right? I don't care which number it is. It could have been 84,000 new cases, or it could be 4,000 new cases. What I do know to be a fact, why you can't celebrate either or, is because there are certain factors that come into play. One, the DR, Mexico, Colombia, pretty much any developing country, third world country, poor country, whatever the fuck you want to call it, they do not do very robust testing.
Right.
So that means they don't even know the fucking numbers, because when you get your count, it's from people that have been tested.
Yeah.
You could have 100,000 people in the countryside that never get tested.
Right.
They'll never be counted. So I'm not going to be all, because I don't know what it is.
Right. G Styles, shout out to G. It's not true. It's total number is 84,000.
Right, but that may not be true either. It might be 840,000. I'm just saying, because in most of these countries, they do not test for STDs. And some of the reasons are money. Them tests are not free. We conflate in the US. I can go to my doctor's office right now and they'll do a battery of STD tests. They'll check me for COVID. They'll check me for stress. They'll check me for everything. And I ain't got to do shit. But in the DR, if you want that test, if Junior want to get a bunch of STD tests, he got to pay for it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We don't pay for that shit.
Well, I used to get them done for free, but not no more.
Right. So most people in that country making $300-400 a month, if something's not bothering them, they're not going to get tested.
And you know what? I was, when I was in the United States during COVID, so I came here during COVID to the Dominican Republic. Every time I got back on the plane to go back to the DR, I had to pay like $40 for my
COVID test,
or whatever.
Yeah, they used to
in the United States, they would just give you a swab and for free. So yeah,
we get shit for free there. Now here's the crazy thing about it, and I'm glad Dude Jay's comment. And that's the funny thing, because I told somebody there too. And again, when I'm saying DR, but again, I'm gonna keep repeating Colombia, Brazil, Thailand as well, because it's not just the DR. No, them motherfuckers don't use condoms.
No, a lot of people here don't use.
They just don't.
Use condoms.
They just again, and
but they got condoms at every Kamado, everywhere.
They ain't using them.
Yeah, they ain't using them.
And it's twofold though too. Again, I keep saying people keep leaving out the economic. If I want to fuck every day, I'm not paying for condoms every day. Condoms are not free.
And they're not cheap.
They are not cheap and they are not free. So again, these are all the things that in America we just take for granted. So I'm like, there's very low condom usage. They're not getting tested. They have a high rate of single motherhood and they have a high rate of teen pregnancy. Not just in the DR, but in Colombia, in Mexico, in Brazil, in Thailand. So
you know how many
for anybody to get butt hurt.
Make sure you say Houston, Texas too.
You know how many?
What I'm trying to point out is in the U.S. And then the last part I'll say is because these countries tend to be very religious, they don't push sex education.
Right.
Because they're very religious. They're very Catholic. And Catholics say you shouldn't be fucked unless to have babies and you should be married. And they just going to pray it away. And we know how much that's working. It just isn't. So knowing all this, I'm not telling people that, it's very, very low or it's very, very high. I'm just saying use your fucking common sense and strap up.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. Or at a minimum, have some fucking health insurance in case your ass do catch something.
Going back to this, there was in the blood bank, we used to see a lot of guys that would go in there because, of course, she would test you for everything. And a lot of them would have syphilis. And she has to tell them because it's by law, she has a medical license. She has to tell them, listen, you got to go see a, medical doctor, and you tell them why, Hey, a lot of dudes, because like I said, you can't go donate blood, and you have to be tested for everything: HIV, AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea, everything. Because God forbid that test is not done and it kills a patient. she's going to jail and everybody along with that in that blood bank is going to jail. So
if you look at in Southeast Asia, Thailand has one of the highest HIV rates in the world.
I didn't know also, that. I thought it was Colombia.
No, it's actually Thailand. But a lot of this and why there's the prevalence of it, and people are forever, and you the first one. Oh, what about Houston? Shut the fuck up talking about the U.S. The U.S. is one of the most robust tested states. So what I'm saying is we know our numbers because we test. And when you say that, the reason why I don't like that is because young men are traveling overseas, and the first thing they say, at least they ain't like Houston, right? Now this motherfucker, you giving him an excuse not to put on a fucking condom.
That was a joke, Rico.
I know it was a joke, but I'm saying the passport bros be doing that shit too, and I'm like, you're excusing these young men are looking for an excuse to fuck without a condom.
No, you
should be telling them not to do that.
Strap up.
Mentioning Houston, see, I ain't fucking with them black bitches in Houston. I'm gonna go fuck this Colombian, and that's the one that's gonna give it to you.
Right, I ain't saying nothing about no black women.
I know, but I'm saying because I'm like you're literally going to a foreign country to sleep with a sex worker, right? And you're crying about at least you know who got it in Houston,
right?
You don't know who the fuck got it here.
Let me do this super chat. Shout out, thank you so much for the super chat prescription. In regards to STDs, for whatever reason, passport bros avoid talking about it with their audiences. Unfortunately, that makes us different. That's why
we try to educate people.
That's right.
They'll lie and tell you that they don't have it. Oh no, they ain't got it. I'm like don't they,
Rico? Didn't you tell me they got a group that they said no condom group?
Yeah, the no condom gang. Yeah,
they tell everybody they wear no. That's a group.
But the reality is, and again, like I said, I'm not disparaging sex workers because I believe sex work is work. But what I'm sitting there saying, it's a high risk work, right? And if you choose to indulge in that, that's fine. Protect yourself as a man. You should be with. If it ain't your wife or someone that you know intimately, you should always be strapping up anyway.
That's right.
I don't even know why you fools are not doing. Fuck the STDs. You set aside the STDs. You niggas is leaving babies in these countries.
Right.
Strap the fuck up. Be responsible. Stop being irresponsible and reckless and stupid. That's what I'm talking to. But then there's health implications, and half of you dirty dick motherfuckers got shit.
Yep.
So stop giving these women your diseases. That's the God's honest truth.
It is. Yeah, you're totally right.
That's the God's honest truth. All of it ain't coming from the women. Some of that shit is coming from the men. They bringing that shit with them.
Right. Yeah, that's how these women getting it in these different countries. Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I appreciate. Side Guy says that's why the degenerate culture needs to change and men need to step up and be leaders, not being banging before marriage. I appreciate. Yep, I agree, Side Guy. I appreciate it. Yep, you are absolutely right. Let's see. No condom gang. Yeah, TMI. No condom gang. You ever heard of the no condom gang before?
Yes. Yep.
Where they at? Where they located?
Sasua.
Oh Lord, no, you just saying that, Rico. He
Sasua.
said Santiago.
Sasua.
Well, why is CAMA?
I don't know why the fuck he called himself that, but it's Sasua.
Okay, but he's saying it's in Santiago also.
No, that's his name. TMI Santiago. That's the guy's name.
That's his name. That's his
calls
name.
himself. He's from the nigga from New York.
Okay.
He's from New York City. He calls himself TMI Santiago. He go tricks off in fucking goddamn Sasua. He's got a YouTube page. He loves fucking with no condom. He's one of many.
And he got a group of people that's with him.
He's one of many.
That's crazy.
And it's a flex to them to sleep with prostitutes with no condom. I'm like, whatever.
That's sad.
No, they're on the mission. They're on a mission for death. Yeah. That's what because to me, there's the person that's gonna sleep with someone knowing they can carry something, that means they don't have no regards for their own life or anybody else's life.
Right.
So,
and if any of his girlfriends in the chat, go run and tell him I said it. I don't give a fuck. Because I know a lot of times it be these passport bro girlfriends. Oh, he talking about you. He talking about that nigga said it. I tell him to his face, stop fucking these hoes without a condom. That's fucking stupid. Or at least if you're going to continue to do it, keep that shit to yourself. Stop encouraging other people to do it.
Don't promote it.
Stop encouraging other people to be reckless with their lives, their health, and the health of other people. That's not a good thing to do.
Right. Yeah.
Shit, if you're going to sit there and fuck a sex worker with no condom, let me spit in your fucking bowl. Same thing. You passing bodily fluids with strange people you don't know. Fuck it. When you bring your plate over here so I can spit in it and eat it, motherfucker. It's the same thing. You putting foreign substances and fluids from a strange person who you know sleep with a bunch of strange people inside you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to do that,
he's live now.
What did G-Style say? He weighs 600 pounds.
So my thing is, anybody that wants to do that, God bless you. Go forth, be you. What I would ask you to do is stop encouraging other people to do that shit. And you don't have to tell them to do it. Stop beating your chest like it's a flex because there are young men that are watching you and they think it's cute. That idiot we saw on Raise the other day. Guess who one of the people he said he looked up to? This motherfucker.
TMI.
Yeah. So he up in Sasua probably fucking with no condom. Because there are other men who come behind you and they think you are some sort of YouTube sexual superstar.
Right.
Everybody know you. You the big guy. Stop encouraging people to do this dumb shit.
Right.
Hey John, put prescription rules coach.
Okay.
He's talking about the Dominican Republic joining in the child support.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Go ahead. Read that. Go ahead.
Okay. Dominican Republic just joined the child support international treaty via a huge convention. It will be official March the 12th of this year.
Wow, that's awesome.
Meaning all you niggas that's leaving babies, they about to tear them motherfucking pockets up. And I applaud it. I applaud it, you deadbeat. Take care of your goddamn kids, motherfucker. And fuck that $100. Any motherfucking Dominican woman that got a lame ass deadbeat nigga baby daddy, hit this fucking channel. I'm gonna help you run them numbers on his ass. I'm a big believer in child support.
That's you hating, Rico.
No, I ain't hating. I'm a believer in child support because you know why? When all these old fucking deadbeat, irresponsible motherfuckers sit here and cry, oh, Rico, you don't care. I'm a black father. I'm like, fuck you. I'm thinking about that baby.
Right.
Why the fuck I need to care about your funky ass?
That's true.
I didn't tell you to put your fucking uncovered dick in his mama or her mama. But now that they're here, motherfucker, you gonna take care of it. Because guess who shouldn't have to take care of it? Me, Coach, or Junior. Our tax dollars from the government should not have to help support your fucking child because your irresponsible motherfucking ass ain't. Run them niggas' pockets. Fuck them.
Oh, wait a minute. I agree with you, Rico, but you always talk bad about Donald Trump. Donald Trump that's what he doing.
I don't give a fuck about him taking. That's what he supposed to do. I ain't gonna give a pat on the back.
And that's where they're getting it from.
Hey.
But you need to give
I did. Ain't nobody give me a pat on it. I took care of my kids. I got no pats on the back, and I wasn't looking for none. Yeah. Ain't nobody. Look,
we're gonna give you a pat right now.
I don't want none because I come from the school that's what the fuck you supposed to do.
What you supposed to. I take care of my kids. That's what you supposed to do.
I took care of my kids. Nigga, I put my shoes on. Okay. We easy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the guys who feel like they shouldn't have to do it. I'm like, that's your fucking kids. Why should I care about your feelings and not the kid? That's crazy to me. And I see other men sitting around like, oh, they don't support a brother. He's an adult.
Right.
He's a fucking adult. He gets to make choices. That kid can't do anything. Fuck him.
No, I agree. I agree with you, Rico. I agree with you.
So I'm happy. I think, I think they're starting to get jammed up because brothers is out here. And when I say brothers, I'm talking about white men too. They like to think that they can come overseas, have these children, and it should be little, very little to no reason, because literally that's part of the movement.
Right.
Literally part of one of the very first things they say is, why are you going overseas looking for a woman? Because the child support rules are not fair in the U.S. So they're literally avoiding their responsibility in the U.S. and say, the U.S. won't let me be fucking irresponsible, so I'm going to go overseas and be irresponsible. See, I used to be able to fuck off on a bitch in the U.S. and not take care of the kids, and now they coming down because you know what the U.S. say? I'm not letting you have no driver's license. You ain't getting no fucking passport. You ain't getting, so that's what the U.S. did. So they got so butt hurt because the U.S. say, take care of your fucking kids or you don't get these privileges. Because a passport is a fucking privilege. A driver's license is a privilege. None of these things are right. So if you don't take care of your kids, you don't get it. We used to lock your ass up. We're not throwing you in jail. I say go back to throwing them raggedy motherfuckers in jail. But if you not, take away their privileges. So since they can't fuck off and be irresponsible in the U.S., I'm going to take my irresponsibility to the Dominican Republic or Colombia or Mexico or Brazil, countries that are already poor, and you're going to burden them with more fatherless children and not support them. You sorry motherfuckers. Run them niggas' pockets.
Right.
That's my belief. Run them. Anybody hear me? You need some child support? Let me know where that motherfucker is. I'm going to help you find them and run that motherfucker pockets. They need to learn how to be responsible.
I agree with T Rolex TV. Most men are making up for lost time and bad relationship. That's why they are doing that. The passport program.
I mean, if that's the case, that's fine. But don't come over here and leave fatherless children. That's not doing that. If you come overseas and you father children and you don't take care of them, I agree with you, T Rolex. I don't have a problem with the movement. I have a problem with the movement coming over doing the same irresponsible, bad behavior that they did back home. But now they're doing it to poorer women. And they're mad because the American women can say, hey, fuck it, I'm going to run your ass down to the courthouse and get that white man to get on your ass. These women don't have that. So you're trying to take advantage of that. You're trying to take advantage of the fact that they don't have the same protections that women in America have.
And a lot of times you can choose and let them, and they happy because you can send them $100 a month and they'll be happy.
No, fuck that, sending your child $100 a month.
I know that. I agree with you. I'm just saying I have heard of men sending the woman. They in Thailand and they sending the woman $100 a month.
I outright hate a motherfucker that will sit there and say, I'm gonna pay my child the lowest amount that I can. You are a sorry motherfucker to do that. So you sitting there living comfortably in a life of luxury while your child is living in a home with a dirt floor and a tin roof because that's all you're required to do. You got to be a sorry motherfucker to me.
Yeah, T Rolex says, but the movement is making us Americans look bad and irresponsible.
Absolutely. I agree with that. And that's all I'm saying, T Rolex. Now, it's not towards you. It's not even it. Yes, the movement looks terrible. It looks terrible. And how do I know all this stuff, T Rolex? They tell it on the internet. I ain't snuck in nobody's house. I ain't tapped nobody's phone. All I do is sit here and watch YouTube. And they brag about this stuff. They brag about doing the least. I'm not even going to tell you the names and numbers of passport bros that are overseas fucking hoes and not taking care of their kids back in the U.S.
Yeah.
And they're over there telling other people, oh, the U.S. system is too hard. Like, nigga, you ain't even taking care of your kid.
Yeah,
we got a
'cause
nigga in the
I get
favela
a-
in Brazil that's running from child support in fucking Georgia.
I get a call if you say a name, Coach John. They was talking about me on the Dominican.
I'm talking about all you raggedy motherfuckers. It's ridiculous. It's not enough anywhere to give somebody $100 a month. That's crazy. But I've heard them brag about, oh, in the DR, they don't make you pay no more than 5,000 pesos. Even if that's true, why the fuck would you do that?
Right.
The DR can tell me, Rico, you ain't got to pay but 5,000. I'm not paying no motherfucking 5,000. I'm putting my kids in school. I'm paying for all their fucking clothes. I'm buying. I'm going. My child gonna love me.
Right.
My child not gonna fucking survive. My child gonna thrive.
Right.
That's the point. They're paying survival money. When I'm like, if you are an American and you have a child in these countries, your child should thrive. Your child should have the best. Why is your child sitting there living in the DR struggling like Dominican kids?
Right.
When you can afford to do more. That's crazy.
I think T Rolex was agreeing with you. He said, no offense taken. I watch these videos every day, putting their camera in their face, bragging and asking for donations.
For zero content.
Exactly. Zero content. Yep. That's right.
Exactly.
And all they do is show ass and titties on their content. That's all.
So I mean, we ain't gonna stay on this shit. But again, that's how I feel about it. It's never gonna change. But I know the difference between being a daddy and a father. And the reality is, I take fatherhood very motherfucking seriously. Mm-hmm. I got 5 grown ass men, knuckle dragger, fucking world beater sons, and they will tell you we don't play that shit here. You
how many kids you got, Rico?
I got 5 sons.
He got 5 on it.
Sons. That ain't all of them, but literally, they're all grown ass motherfucking men, and all but 2 of them are fathers. Let me tell you, they will go through hell with gasoline underwear for their fucking kids. Because I told them I'll kill your motherfucking ass if you don't. I don't give a fuck how you feel about the mama. I don't care. You're going to father your children, and it's not just money. You're going to be there in their life. You're going to be a leader. You're going to be an example. And yes, it's hard, motherfucker. It's hard. Because literally, I told my sons, it was fucking hard for me. I could have left. I was the only guy I knew that was a single father that was taking care of their kids. None of these other motherfuckers did. All of them were deadbeats.
I respect you for that, Rico.
But doing that, I'm not accepting nothing else from no father. I'm like, take care of your kids. It's hard. So what? So what?
Let me ask you a personal question. Does all your boys look like you? Do they have the same features?
None of them motherfuckers is good looking.
I feel sorry for them.
They were, but their mamas fucked them up. Their mamas fucked them up. I ain't got nothing against no ugly women.
Hey,
I love the ugly like I love the pretty.
Back to the insurance part, man. I am definitely gonna be getting insurance next month.
You got 30 days.
What you mean? I got 30 days.
Today?
Your ass on the clock.
Today, January 22nd.
How many days I got?
30 days, Junior.
You got 30
days.
or
14. We on 14 or how much time we giving him, Junior?
I'm gonna give him 30.
You know my check. You
got 30 days.
Oh man.
You got 30 days. You got one coming at the end of this month.
You know what this is, right?
Out.
What that mean? What that mean? Right? What that mean?
The world's smallest violin.
Yeah, my money locked up. It's tied up right now.
Yeah. The way your account's set up, right? It means you can't check the savings, the checkings.
Yeah.
That's
what's going on. It's locked up. And I can't pull it out right now.
I tell you what, do me a favor though. All bullshit aside.
Okay.
Get off your lazy ass. You got 7 days. Because all you gotta do is get on the phone and call an insurance agent and shop around.
Rico, I don't get my special needs check until the first.
Listen what I'm saying. I'm not talking about no money. You don't have to buy it. You have to shop.
You can even go online.
I already got somebody. Miss Sharonda gave me somebody. I got somebody.
Okay, so you need to. Have you talked to them yet?
Yeah, I talked to her today.
So what? How much is the insurance?
She didn't tell me.
So that's what you need to do. You need to get down to business. All I'm saying is by Sunday, you can call back and say, okay, when I'm ready to start, how much do I need? And it's gonna be something like maybe 60. I don't know what it'll be. If it's $100, and I'll meet you halfway. But God damn it, you are going to start, because then at that point from that day, you'll be covered.
Right.
So I'm telling you, get off your lazy ass.
Rico.
Take care of your kids, nigga. Take care of your children.
That means I got a passport. That means I took care of all my kids.
Junior, here's the thing. Watch this, Junior. You got a car, right, Coach?
I do. So yeah, somebody.
You got insurance on it?
Yeah.
So why would you cover that raggedy car and not your raggedy ass?
You know, you're going too far.
Why you cover that raggedy car and not your raggedy ass?
Yeah, he said now you going too far.
You just jealous, Rico. You just jealous.
See, and this is the thing, right? And here's the logic, Junior, right? If I say, well, you got car insurance, why? Why you got car insurance?
Because you gotta have it.
Hold on. Why you got car insurance?
Because you have to have it.
And why do you have to have it?
Just in case you get in a car accident.
There you go.
And if you don't have health insurance, what happens?
Right. And now here's the question.
That accident?
Right. Do you plan on having an accident?
Don't co-sign with this.
No, the question is this. You have to have it in case something happened. I agree with you. Now, Mr. Corona, highfalutin drinking ass.
Woo.
So
we're gonna call him Corona King from now on.
So if that's the case,
Corona Coach.
Then the question is, do you plan on having a car accident?
Nope.
So you hope not to have a car accident?
Nope.
So even if you go 5 years, you still hope to have no car accident, right?
That's right.
But you will have insurance on it the whole 5 years, right?
That's right.
So why not on your raggedy ass?
Because somebody can just throw me on the plane and I get
bullshit. See what I'm saying? They don't even follow their own line. I'm like, you will insure a car, but not your raggedy ass.
Hey, Larry says
you should care more about your raggedy ass than the car.
Yeah, you're right. But that's not.
Your raggedy ass is more important than that car.
That's not the law, though, Rico. That's not the law.
It needs to be the law with your 95 discount ass on the nigga rack. Your raggedy ass need to be covered. Period.
And you're not just talking about me. You're talking about every expat that lives.
But I'm talking to you right now.
Okay.
Yeah, their raggedy ass need to be covered too. Absolutely.
All right.
1,000%.
You hurt my feelings a little bit, so get off.
I don't care about you. Better your feelings than your ass. Call that lady. Let's get them numbers so when we have Sunday, you can say, hey, found out about a plan, put something down on it, I'm covered. So I don't have to listen to this nigga mouth no more. Get your raggedy ass some coverage.
Hey, let me ask you this. Larry says, what insurance is needed in case you need to be airlifted out of the DR?
That's I think it could be any of those insurance companies, but you pay for that if you need to be airlifted. I'm not sure. I have to look more into it, so I don't want to say, Larry, without doing any work. But I do know with the travels insurance, they have the airlift feature. Sometimes it's like 50,000. It could be like 50,000, 100,000, 150,000, and it may include for airlifting you out back to the U.S. or whatever. I mean, so that's something good to look into. But I don't want to say right now what the cost is. But I'll look into it.
What if I just get that insurance just to get my ass airlifted on up out of here?
Because the airlifting might kill your goofy ass. Get some goddamn insurance. Because you may not even need to be airlifted.
Larry, I appreciate it. I might look into that type of insurance.
If you don't need to be airlifted, you still need insurance. They're gonna be like, we're not airlifting your ass because you don't need to be airlifted, but you still fucked up. So that's all I'm saying. Oh, there you go, Sherry. Thank you.
Shout out to Miss Heaven. Hey, Miss Heaven.
Thank you, Sherry. No, put Cherie says question up.
Hold up, wait.
That's the great question, right?
Miss Heavenly, you late, Miss Heavenly. I know. Okay.
There you go. Now read that, radio.
Gentlemen, I am loving this conversation. As a licensed life insurance agent, that's the best question. Why care more about the car than you? Miss Sherry, I thought we were cool. We had a good going on, and we talked the other day, and now you agreeing with Rico.
You insure the car, but not your ass. Come on now. That's all. I'm just saying, like, we fight, go back and forth, but I'm like, right. I try to get the brother to think, and he's been over there all this time up until this point. I'm like, dude, and I do worry because my brother has been sick several times over there.
Yeah, I know.
He's been lucky and blessed up until this point. And I'm telling him point blank, you got to stop rolling the dice, and you say you have a loving God, stop playing with him. Because those first 3 times might have been him telling you something, and your ass ain't been listening. So now he told me to tell your hard-head ass. Get some goddamn insurance.
You talk to God?
About you. We talk about you. I normally don't, but he talked to me about you. But you got to get some insurance. And I said because, again, and I'll be honest, I'm older than Coach. I thank God. It sounded kind of weird, but I'm glad that I don't have the difficulties that he had based on the traumatic experience he's been through. But because of what he's been through, and I ain't much more healthier than him because I'm older, I'm fatter, and all this other shit. I know I think about it. And I'm telling him, brother, come on, man. You got a wife now. Yeah. You're newly married. So we just got, you don't want to be in a place where all of a sudden you don't have no insurance. You're seriously sick. And now you got Dominion, all them struggling, trying to pass the hat. The responsibility is on you and me to make sure that we don't leave a burden for our family. So even, thank you, Miss Sherry. Great thing too. I didn't even get into that part. You need to also think about life insurance. That's also a part of the conversation.
Right.
So
I have life insurance.
Right, but I'm just saying, when it comes to that, and if you get an opportunity to come up here and talk to the people about it, you can get some very affordable plans. And I know nobody likes to think about their end days, but I promise all you motherfuckers, you got one.
Yeah,
everybody got an end date.
Now, everybody. I do have life insurance. So that's
and the only reason why I mention that is because
Sherry, thank you. But you're not gonna say good job, Coach John, for having
you ain't got no insurance yet. We'll say that when you get covered. And the reason why I say we got to make the life insurance conversation serious also is because, and I just went through it recently, a month or so with my sister.
T Rolex, thank you.
But what I realized, and especially in our community, right? I don't know. We tend to either scared to talk about death, scared to think about death, or somebody done told you niggas you ain't gonna die. And we dropping like cockroaches every other day. And the problem with it is not that reality, the loss of life, because I know that it will come. I'm heartbroken by the lack of people being prepared. In our community, there's a huge dearth of people that are dying. And you know what they're doing? We talked about the fundraiser. We go internet begging. We go internet. That didn't used to be a thing, Coach.
Go fund me.
That didn't used to be a thing, Coach. Coach, when I was coming up, everybody used to have the insurance man would come by. You pay him $5 a week or $10 a week to make sure that you cover your burial. I don't know. We all of a sudden, we done fell off to saying we don't need life insurance anymore. But we're fucking crazy. We do.
Right.
We need health insurance for all the time that we breathing. And we need life insurance from the point that we stop, because what it is about is you're not purely insuring yourself. When I have health insurance and life insurance, you know what I'm doing? I'm protecting my family.
Right.
I'm protecting my wife and I'm protecting my children because they're already going to be suffering through my loss. And the last goddamn thing they need is to be burdened with this unbelievable financial burden. Yeah. So when you don't do it, being reckless and irresponsible, fuck you because you did that to the people that's left here. You did and gone, but you left all that worry here for them. Take care of it.
But Rico, just stop saying me and just talk because you hurt my feelings. So
no, I'm talking about you.
Talking. But it's a whole bunch of people that do the same thing.
I guess later on you're gonna be butt hurt and sensitive. Rico, he hurt my feeling. I'm gonna hurt it, motherfucker. So this is a good lesson too. This is to let people know if I can tell my brother on his channel, ain't nobody said I said nothing wrong.
Right.
But I'm telling him the God's honest truth because I love him, I respect him, and I want him to do right. I can't tell him what's going to make him feel good. I got to tell him what's right.
That's true.
So when somebody else comes in,
Rico, but it's how you say it.
Is there more than one way to say the truth? The truth is the truth.
It's how you say it. You got.
I can bring the truth from the left side. I can bring the truth from the right side. At the end of the day, you're gonna take this motherfucking medicine. The medicine is the medicine. I can stick it down your throat or shove it up your ass, but you getting this medicine. You say you want it in your mouth or you want it up your ass? They put medicine in both, right? They put medicine up your ass now. Junior, and we don't like that either, right? Junior, but we don't like being sick.
Manuel, Rico, he jealous, man. He be jealous of me on the down low. Number one, let me tell you why he jealous. My wife look better than him, and I got more money than him.
There you go. Ooh. Then get some goddamn insurance.
You ain't say nothing about the first part. The first one.
She does look better than me. I can't argue with the truth.
My wife look better than your wife.
Oh, okay. I can accept that. They both beautiful.
And I got more money than you.
I ain't worried about that. Get some insurance. There you go. I answered both. Your wife is a little bit better than mine. You got more money. Get some goddamn insurance with your broken ass.
When my money tied up right now.
We're gonna try. Hey, Junior, we're gonna try to see if we can get his ass out the discount rack.
Yeah, definitely.
Go sitting over there. Look, hey, Junior, he's sitting over there at Christmas time in a Halloween costume.
Now don't worry, he's got 30 days.
Right? And they look over there, they be like, damn, this nigga 95% off. I still don't want it.
Nobody wants it.
My cola check increase just hit this month.
Junior, he been sitting over there 95% marked down for 3 years. Nobody still won't pick him up.
Anyway,
somebody did pick him up.
That's right.
You know you bad when you 95% off. Like, damn.
Okay, hey Rico, let's talk about the other expats and don't just focus on me, please.
I'll try not to.
Okay, so
let's not bash Coach John, please.
Yeah, no bashing on this channel.
We don't need no bashing on this channel.
Thank you.
Promises.
Thank you, Junior. All right.
We cannot be bashing.
All right. I'm gonna have insurance by next month. I promise y'all that.
30 days, Junior. Write it down.
30 days.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna tell y'all how much I paid for, what type of insurance I got, and everything.
I want to see the card. I want to see your insurance card.
You want to see the card? Wait, Junior. We want to see the card with your name, and then you tell us the coverage.
Okay, but somebody just said this. Since I married Dominga and we're legally married in the DR, they said I can get some good insurance and discounted insurance here in the Dominican Republic.
It won't be good.
What you mean it won't be good?
It won't be good.
What you need to do is become a resident. That's what you need to do.
That's gonna
I'm
be
on
next.
his ass about that too.
Right. I'm gonna be a
I
resident.
stay on his ass about that too, Junior.
Because if you become a resident, you can at least get the government insurance.
Oh, really?
Junior,
Yeah,
I
'cause you'll
stay
be a
on his
resident.
ass.
So what if I get a cedular?
That's
That's a
residency.
That
That's
ain't the same.
residency.
That ain't the same thing.
Cellular is nothing but
So you're saying I'm not a
ID
resident?
card, you
I'm not a
dummy.
resident from here?
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought it was two different things. My
No.
bad. Okay. All right. My bad.
Mm.
All right. So yeah. So I'm gonna be working on that. I'm gonna tell Dominga to go ahead and make me, a resident so I can.
Shout out to Brother Juan. Read that. He's telling the truth. Good
Read
job.
it, Rico. Read it.
What's up, brothers? Just joining. I'm always traveling between Southeast Asia and the DR, and I really need to get insurance for travel. That's it.
Yeah,
it's a must.
That's it. That's all we are asking our subscribers to. If nothing else, I hope tonight will start making you think about it.
Right.
We all got hip. I don't know what your problems are. I got medical shit. I think most of us do. You don't want to be caught with your pants down in a foreign country.
Right.
Because again, and I want you to go, travel, drink, party, have fun, enjoy yourself. I think you can do it better with the peace of mind that if anything happens, I'm okay, I'm covered, and my family are not burdened. I think I just saw an article, I don't know how this happened. Somebody can look it up, Google. There was a sister from Chicago that's a deputy sheriff, was in Turks and Caicos.
Okay.
Got hit with a stray bullet and died.
Dang.
She was out to dinner with her family. She wasn't in no shit. Was in a nice area at a nice restaurant. Seriously. So what I'm trying to say is when you're overseas, shit can happen anywhere.
But don't go too far. Sorry to cut you off. Remember when we had that bad rain? I think it was maybe 2 years ago. And we had the wall collapse.
Right.
Coming out the bridge, coming out the tunnel.
I had just left through there. Right.
We had a Puerto Rican family that came here for a baby shower.
Right. And they killed them.
Because they, so you just never know.
Yes.
You know
I don't know whatever happened to that, if they got sued or
they
what
probably
happened.
yeah.
But
I
know
think they did get some money from the government because
but you know what? That should take years.
Right.
That should take forever. And your family, what I think people don't think about is like when that happens to you, man, the family is going through so much. They even tell you like you have insurance called repatriation. So if you do die overseas, the government don't fly your ass home.
No, they don't.
You gotta pay. Your family have to come out their pocket to pay to get your ass back.
I'm not going back.
But again,
I know what you're saying though, but I'm not going back.
Damn, serious conversation.
Right.
You're right.
No,
that's good.
Right.
That's good.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm letting you know I'm not going back.
Right. I'm not going back either. I already told my wife, cremate my ass here, take me to Marlboro Beach and sprinkle.
Yeah. Let me say this, Rico. Let me say this. You are calling the kettle black when your ass ain't never got no insurance, and you come over here 3, 4, 5 times a year.
Yeah, but I'm not coming back without insurance anymore.
So now, so you gonna get some insurance?
Yeah, Sherry says she saw that about the deputy sheriff this morning. Thank you. So I'm not making it up. I'm glad that you right, and that broke my heart.
Thank you, sister. I know I ain't gonna pay. I'm gonna pay a lot of money for my health insurance is gonna be high. It's gonna be high.
Yours gonna be high because you got pre-existing conditions. But but coach, it's not gonna be high compared back to the States. It's really gonna be cheap.
You don't think so?
No, because it's cheaper overseas. So what I'm saying is that broke my heart about her because she was out. They was on a family vacation. Mm-hmm. She was at dinner and a stray bullet. They weren't even shooting at them. They were just eating dinner and some bullshit outside in the street.
That's sad.
And she caught a stray and she's gone. 20 years, sheriff deputy. But still, even in that unfortunate circumstance, that family got to try to get her body back to Chicago.
Right.
And that's not free. Nobody likes to think about when these unfortunate things happen. I'm like, that might be like $10,000 to get her back home.
Yeah.
To bury her. And then you
Right.
still got the burial. Because you can't put her in a goddamn seat. She can't go back in her plane seat.
Right.
She got to go back differently. So it costs differently. So I don't know what their circumstances.
Ariel says these insurances are also, what's that?
Expatriate select.
Expatriate select. Yeah. What does
So the
that mean?
reason why I bring all these
What
instances up,
does he mean when he say that?
they're most of them are also specifically tailored around for expats.
Okay.
Not that they're necessarily cheaper, but it's just the fact that they're tailored knowing you're a foreigner into the country. They're not selling, they're not selling that insurance to Dominicans. Only rich Dominicans. The slice of Dominicans or Colombians or Mexicans that buy that insurance is small. They know the majority of their population is foreigners.
Right.
So the only reason why I sit there and say it is the insurance is always about relieving the burden that you leave on your family. So whether it's for your health or your loss of life, we must have it. And usually the reason why, and you're right, I didn't have it previously because the most I ever stayed in the DR was 7 days. I was lucky if I could get a week. Come on a Wednesday, I leave the next Wednesday. But I'm not doing that anymore.
When let's say a Dominican travels to Colombia, Salvador, Mexico, you have to have insurance before you can leave here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, you need insurance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That tells you in the stipulations of those countries you're going to, like especially Colombia, you have to have traveler's insurance.
And I know you said El Salvador. I know El Salvador, your ass gonna die.
Yeah.
You a dead motherfucker. They are not. And they got public health care. It's good if you need your toenails clipped.
Right.
But if you need anything more serious than that, you're gonna die.
Look what T-Roll said. Look what he said. Black people don't look that far into the future. Not playing those types.
And it's true. He's telling the truth. But that's the problem because then on the back end, what are we doing? We doing GoFunds. And look, here's the crazy thing about it, right? And I'll tell you a personal story. My sister passed. I had a basic plan. I had one for her and my mother that I paid for. Right? My mom died in 2021 during COVID. My sister was in a nursing home, and I told my mother, if anything happened to you, I'll take care of her. I didn't feel like I had to. She had a fucking deadbeat ass son, but I did. So I made the promise to my mother. My mother died. My sister died last year, November 17th. Son didn't have shit. Nobody had nothing. Got a nephew. That motherfucker almost 40. That motherfucker got 20 kids. Right? Y'all know what the story is. The quintessential nigga story, right?
Mm-hmm.
She died. But what was hilarious about it was, now my sister through her, the history is she was always, Aunt Boo, she babysat everybody. All the time, in the hood, sister was always on a check, this, that, whatever. Taking care of all them little raggedy motherfuckers there is. She must have raised about 100 goddamn kids. She spent the last 7 years in a nursing home, a rehab nursing home, because she had a stroke. She had several strokes. If you know anything about strokes, it affects the brain. So like her whole left side of her body was paralyzed. She was obese. She was in a wheelchair. So she spent the last 7 years of her life in a nursing home. And I knew, like me and my mother knew, like, well, when we send her to this nursing home, that's like hospice care. You send her there to die. Nobody leaves that motherfucker walking. Right. Everybody that leaves that nursing home leaves in the back of a hearse. It just is what it is. It's government funded. She never worked, all this, right? And I'm like, I'm not paying for no private care. I don't have no money for that shit. Private care, like $3,000-$4,000 a day. This is reality. This is not a Disney movie, right? This is my sister. I love her. I love my mother. So this is her reality. The 7 years she's in the nursing home, while she's got 20 grandkids and a son, all these people she raised and took care of, you know how niggas is. Ain't nobody go see her.
Right.
She can barely talk. We know what this reality is, and that's why I'm telling this story, because I want you to think about what you may endure or go through. And I used to have these conversations with my sister when she was here. I used to tell her that boy ain't shit, her son, because he wasn't shit.
That's your nephew.
That's my nephew. This nigga ain't shit. He ain't never been shit. He ain't never gonna be shit. And I will never change on that. But she loved her child, and I could not break the love of a mother and her child. Right. Lord knows I tried. Because I wanted him to be better. Right. But he wouldn't, and she loved him so much that he still ain't shit.
Right.
I get, but what I'm saying.
Let me say this, Ariel. I do have part A and B insurance that will cost you $185 to take out of your Social Security. I have part A and part B.
But that might be if you back in the States. So the only reason I say that is towards at the end, right? So my sister passed in November. I knew I had coverage. Like, okay, I got coverage to take care of it. So I had to make sure, because she didn't have it, right? She had no insurance. So I'm like, I know I'm gonna be stuck with the bill. So I'm paying it. But what was hilarious, speaking about that GoFund shit, this is what I want y'all to know. Y'all do know every nigga that put up a GoFund don't collect.
Of course.
A lot of those GoFunds be empty, because I'm going to tell you, for all the shit my sister did, her son, and I couldn't even understand, like, why this motherfucker put up a GoFund? We know it's covered. But I didn't say anything about it, because I just wanted to see how it did. That GoFund collected $200. $200. Her burial was $6,000. That GoFund collected $200. And what I'm trying to tell y'all, like T. Rolex said, you don't think ahead. But, and let me tell you this, it was $6,000 and my sister's cremated. If we had buried her, the average burial in the U.S. is between $15,000 and $20,000. The hole in the ground, the plot, is between $7,000 and $10,000. So that's the biggest bulk.
So what?
The hole in the ground.
What did you have to pay for a lot of it?
I paid for the whole thing.
Okay, but did you get your money back? Did you get reimbursed?
No.
Wow.
But who's gonna give him his money back though?
Who gonna give it back to me?
I'm just asking. Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, who would give it back to him though? Like,
I had the policy, so I didn't get stuck with having to come out of pocket. Now I probably paid them $6,000 over all those years, so I broke even.
Right.
But I didn't have to pay the $6,000 at that time. But what I'm sitting there saying is, if you are reliant on, oh, if I die, I know they're going to take care of me. I'm telling you, motherfuckers, them numbers do not. Y'all might watch, if you see a sensational story in the news, because that story got news traffic, and then strangers donated. The average person that died, don't be no gangbanger that gets shot, because ain't nobody donate nothing. He might get $200. And if you don't get any funds, you know what they bury you in? It's called a pauper's grave. Pauper. Basically, they call it potter's field. They throw your ass in the hole with about 18 other niggas and pour dirt on. They do that to the homeless.
Yeah, and they do that to inmates, like in New York, potter's field, to inmates that don't have any family to come, you know.
Your ass will be treated the same.
Well, at least you got company. You in there, you can talk to people and have.
So all I'm just saying is, I'm having this hard conversation or this honest conversation Because
Right.
these are the things like I'm glad T Rolex said it. We don't want to think about it. So maybe if they listen to me, they'll be like, damn, I didn't know that. I didn't like they what I tell you, coach, we're gonna put your ass in the trash bag and set you out on the curb, wait for trash day. I want my wife told me. My wife tell me all the time, "I'll put your ass out with the trash."
NDT, good evening.
But it's almost like that. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, we're in a space and time where you can be discarded like trash. So I'm telling everybody that's listening, you take care of your affair. I told my wife, when I go, you ain't got to do nothing. I'm telling you what I want done, and I'm paying for it. Burn my black ass up, take my ashes, sprinkle it on the beach, tell a motherfucker to have a drink. And I told her, you got 48 hours. We're not waiting for nobody to come. Motherfucker, I told all my kids, you don't get on the plane, you got 48 hours. That's it.
That's what they do. That's what they do in the DR. They bury them the next day, don't they? In the DR, right?
Junior? It depends. It depends. Because when my cousin passed away, we had to wait a couple of days because his sister, he has a twin sister that lives in Belize. She couldn't get a plane. Planes out of Belize don't fly that often.
Right.
So we had to wait a couple of days for her to, get on the plane and get out here. So he waited like 3-4 days.
But I'm not doing for me personally, this is just me personal. I'm not doing no burial because I don't want that burial cost. And I'm not very religious. So
I'm with you.
I don't have those doctrines that dictate. My mother's buried. She in my living room. I'm going to take and sprinkle her ashes in the DR when we go. I'm giving my sister to her son. And I told my wife, burn my ass up, save that money, go on a nice trip. And nigga, if you can't carry me here, fuck you. You don't need to see my body. Because I tell everybody, like, I was mad at my nephew because he was like, oh, I don't want my mother cremated right away. We want to do a viewing. And I said, do a viewing for what? And he said, I want my kids to see my mother before she go. I was like, the same little bitches that couldn't go see her in the hospital.
When she was alive.
So they couldn't go see her in the hospital, but they need to see her in the coffin. Now I had to pay for that shit. Yeah. For motherfuckers who didn't give a fuck about her while she was here to pretend when she was gone. And I never went up there. They was like, you want to go up there, Rico, and see your sister? I said, no, I've seen her. I saw her in the hospital. And I know what's up there. It's not her. She's not there. Right. She didn't come into this church. This is all pomp and circumstance for you motherfuckers. I'm paying for you niggas.
Right.
She'd have never been here if it was up to me. But I'm paying for you raggedy motherfuckers. And after the day, I hope I never see you niggas as long as I live.
Hey, Rico, I'm with you. I'm definitely with you on that. Because it's funny that people come see you when you're dead, but they don't come see you when you're alive.
That's it.
Well, I want to see you, when I'm dead. I don't want to see you. I'm dead.
So I'm telling everybody, have you some health insurance to keep your stinking ass here longer than me. That's one. And number two, if for whatever reason you can't stay young and sexy looking like me, and you check out, have some life insurance so that your dear loved ones are not struggling, because that shit's not cute. It's not cute. Right. It's not fun. We all know how our family get when somebody's dearly departed. So if you can at least, I told my wife, I don't know how them niggas gonna act, but at least you ain't gonna worry about no bill.
Yeah.
At least now I already told them what I want done, and I done told certain ones to look out for you. At least you ain't got to worry about no bills. So if they start acting an ass, my father go to this one so he can tell them to shut the fuck up. Because I done told y'all, she running everything. But at a minimum, because I can't come back and cuss a motherfucker out like I want to. But I can make sure everything's paid for. That's the least I can do.
Candy T said, I said the same exact thing regarding my grandmother, and I made that clear as they F them, and they cannot come see you while you're alive, but the main one acting a fool at the funeral.
Yes.
Bro, that happened with my grandmother. Same thing. A million grandkids, and
they just do. I don't know why. I don't know why.
People forget. You know, they get consumed in this lifestyle, and they forget about family. You know,
the biggest thing, like right now, like with me and my wife, we're worried about. She's got her grandmother, and I just like, baby, I'm here, because I know how they gonna act. You know, people that like I was like, I mean, you at the funeral, like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, they come out the woodwork.
What you're asking, you're like, who is this?
Right.
I don't even know who this is, and they the loudest one. Oh, I was like, I don't know who the fuck you are. I mean, I'm telling you, I went through a lot of emotion, and I was like, I just want this day to be over, so I never, ever have to lay eyes on these motherfuckers again. Because the next time I do, I'm putting hands on somebody. And they was like, oh, what's your number? You don't need my number. You don't need my. I was in the funeral, walk around. You don't need my number.
Nope.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
What they want your number for?
I don't fucking know, but that's why it's like they want to do we need to stay in touch. No, we don't. No, we don't. We ain't been in touch all this time. I'm doing okay. You doing okay. So this shit's working. Let's keep it that way.
Right.
Why the fuck we need to stay in touch for now? She sat there in that damn nursing home for 7 years, wearing diapers, couldn't wipe her ass, couldn't change herself, in a wheelchair, half paralyzed. Nobody knew who you motherfuckers was. Fuck y'all. And sorry.
No, you good. You good, Rico. Oh man. So man, I think I got the point. It seems
let me say the last thing. Get you some health insurance, because here's the thing. I want y'all to know there are expats on the island right now in hospitals with no family, no health insurance, and in dire need of help. They're not all Americans. Some are from Russia. Some are from Europe.
Spain.
Some are from Canada. Because guys have been over there on that laissez-faire. I'm just going to go over there and I'm going to make it work. And shout out to Brother Manuel on his last video where he sat there and told people about coming over there with no money, thinking you just going to make it work. There are expats, and that's why we talked about this today, that are in the Dominican Republic, in Colombia, in Brazil, in Thailand, in the Philippines, that are abandoned, homeless, and fucking stranded.
Right.
And we don't want anybody of the Dominican route family to be in that boat. So we're going to continue to push and preach this information, because this is real.
Right.
This is real. Yeah. We make fun of it, but
it's serious.
It's real. It's serious and it's real.
Yeah. No, you're right, Rico. Hey, with that being said, my back and my neck is hurting pretty bad today, but
sound like somebody needs some insurance. What do you think, Junior?
I think so.
That's why that nigga 95% off?
No, I'm about to
look. His leg don't work, his back don't work, he's stupid. Right? That's why he's 95% off.
I was assaulted.
I was gonna buy him, but this shit don't work.
He was assaulted.
I was assaulted. I don't have no health. I don't have no.
Hey, Rico.
I don't have high blood pressure.
He was assaulted. He needs some pepper.
Right. Yeah, exactly. They must have hit him in the head.
Oh man.
That's why you need some damn insurance.
No, I got major nerve damage. I got to take my gabapentin and
you got to take it for the cataract.
Right.
Shut up. Y'all see y'all making fun of me. Y'all making fun of me.
My back hurt, don't see good, don't talk good, don't think right. What the fuck do you do?
Y'all got any final comments instead of scoring on me, man? It seemed
No
like
no
this was a
bashing,
bashing. This was a bashing session all today on me.
No
you
bashing.
got 30 days. Or then your
Nah,
ass,
nah.
you ain't been bashed yet. Don't have that goddamn insurance in 30 days. You don't know what bashing is.
My cola increase had hit.
Don't have that insurance in 30 days. You gonna know what bashing is.
My cola increase hadn't hit yet.
To the subs, I gave him 30 days. Y'all gotta say, hey, he gave you 30 days. I'm giving him 30 days for him, not for me. He's sitting up here now. Oh, my back. Oh, my head. Get some goddamn insurance.
I can't sit. What that got to do with insurance? Because I got major.
Because your raggedy ass is 95% off.
Yo.
Well, I hope I get a 95% off discount when I get this damn insurance.
We'll see about that one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so with that being said, we're gonna wrap it up. What y'all got to say in conclusion? Junior, you go first.
Now I want to say, be mindful. You guys have to have insurance. I got insurance, but anyone that comes out here, make sure you have insurance. And that being said, it was a great live once again. Great information we put out, like always. And continue to follow us, continue to follow the Dominican Route family, the channel. We're growing. And I salute everyone that took the time, out of your evening to be on this live today. So I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, hey Junior, that's some powerful words. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let you wrap it up. Man, we are the only Dominican channel that talk facts. Like Manuel said the other day, he said, I'm not gonna give you no fluff, I'm gonna give you facts. And that was deep, and yeah, some people just want to talk about girls on their channel, and I know where the hoes at in Sosua and all that stuff, but we giving, like Rico always said, we giving you guys information that will help you out. So that's what we're here for. I don't care how many viewers we have. We're gonna keep on giving out real information. Go ahead, Rico. You got the final.
Let me say this. First of all, thank you, Junior, because that is a great thing, and that's something that I've been terribly remiss about. And Junior, you brought it right to my mind. You're a savant, a guru for bringing it up to me. I do want to take a moment to sit there and say thank you to our subscribers. Without you guys, we would not be the Dominican Route. The support that you guys have brought the channel is the very thing that keeps us. Some of y'all wish I would go away, but some of y'all keep bringing me back. And it's only y'all support. I know I'm a difficult drink to take for some people. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I genuinely come from a good place of thought. I only know one way to communicate, and that's just try primarily through honesty. I will try to work on my delivery. No promises.
Especially with me.
Try. Because what I will not do is I will never sacrifice being honest just to make people feel better. Mm-hmm. If I have to lie to you to make you feel better, I cannot do that. So, right. But I just want to emphasize the point that you guys are the fuel that keeps this ship flying.
Yes.
This plane would have crashed without you guys. I was here with Coach when he had nobody. Right. And the growth has been amazing.
Yeah.
Coach has grown. I'm going to stay on my brother's ass. And I hope he stay on my ass. And I'm going to stay on Junior's ass and man, whatever. Because what we're trying to do is I'm a 60-year-old man. And I still got a lifetime of learning to learn. So I think I should know a little bit more than them only because I've been here longer.
How old are you?
Personally, I know Manuel is much smarter than me.
Wait, how old are you?
18.
No, for real. I didn't hear you.
I'm 60, motherfucker. You just wanted to hear me say it.
Damn.
Fuck you. I shouldn't have fell for that shit.
Go ahead.
But again, I do know, like Manuel, if you guys don't listen to nothing else we say, please watch Manuel video. He be killing it. That brother is killing it. He's just unbelievably authentic, honest. He's a truth teller. He tells it right down the middle. So I say continue to watch him. And I love watching his growth, how he's growing into the channel.
Yeah,
and you guys are also his fuel.
Yeah.
You know, so I just wanted to say that again. Thank you, Junior, for making me think about it. I don't think I ever thanked the subscribers. And I don't want you guys to ever feel like I take you for granted.
Right.
Because I do not. I thank you all. I love you all.
I'm the same. I'm the same way.
Before we go, I know I haven't been loading up my channel. I do have a channel, guys. It's called Dominican Diaries.
Dominican Diaries.
Soon there will be more content coming up on that channel. You know, so
especially when Rico get there, because you got some videos to upload there when Rico get there. And hey, Junior, tell everybody the new thing we got coming up in the next week or two with Soul.
Okay, so yeah, we got Soul coming up pretty soon. She made her version of, you know, what was it?
She's going to the Camados and going to the places.
Oh, yeah.
And getting food and getting fresh food and stuff like that. And then she's cooking a meal and showing how Dominicans cook meals and stuff like that. So we got next week, we got a video coming up.
Coach, drop Junior's channel back in the chat. So anybody want to know Dominican Diaries and also Tapped In with Troy. Those are the two family channels that we stay with.
Yeah, I'll put it up there. Give me a sec.
Yeah, go ahead and put it up there. And then and I'm gonna put Troy's and the rest of them also up there. Right. And
so these are channels that we vet and we rock with. I tell anybody, tap in with Dominican Diaries, tapped in with Troy. I mean, Dominican Diaries, tapped in with Troy. So I vet those 1,000%.
Right, and Nick and Nikki's channel also.
And Nikki, what is Nikki's channel name?
Yeah, I forgot Nikki's channel name, but I'm gonna put it up there. But
so these are channels that we tell you from here, from the Dominican Route family,
and J-Day.
I'm not gonna send you anywhere. Other places you go on your own. But Dominican Diaries, without a doubt. Great content, great, and they don't, they're working on it. We're building it out. We're about to blow them up. They're about to blow the fuck up. But really, solid channel, good, honest information. Go to them.
Don't forget about your boy Razor Ray. You're crazy.
Nah, I ain't sending nobody. You go. I'm not gonna discourage you, but my recommendations are only.
I like Razor Ray.
Dominican Diaries. I like it too. I'm sub, but I ain't gonna tell nobody else to go over there with that mess. Dominican Diaries, tapped in with Troy, and as soon as Coach can tell us Nikki's channel.
I don't know. I'm gonna put it. I'll have it up here next time. I
I recommend strongly.
Like Nikki or something like that.
Anything else you do, you do on your fucking own. Don't come to me with that bullshit because they can get crazy.
Right.
That's it.
Junior, you put your channel?
Yeah, I put it up.
It's in there.
Okay.
Everybody, please, if you can, give these channels a sub, give them a like, let them know you came from the Dominican route.
This is the most views we had on the Dominican route. We almost had 600,000 views in 1 month. So that is awesome, and it's increasing. So that means like. Junior, Manuel, Rico, we all putting out good content.
See what telling the truth does for you?
That's true, yeah. Because at first I was kind of sugarcoating. He's like,
"You were lying." You was lying.
I wasn't lying. I was just.
You was lying by omission. You wasn't lying. You were lying by omission. You were leaving shit out.
What's the difference?
You're right. There is no difference. Either you lie or you leave shit out. They both a lie.
That's right. Like some of these politicians.
There you go. There you go,
hey,
Donald Trump.
Hey, I'll see y'all Sunday. Yeah, we're gonna have Miss Wendy on, and she'll get a chance to tell her whole story because she got knocked off the last time. So I look forward.
You don't
to
need me. Just play Manuel's videos. Mic drop.
All right. Well, I'll see you Sunday too. Bye, boy. Y'all take care.
Everyone,
Bye,
good
family.
night.
See y'all later.